Now we are going to use what we reviewed in the last video with numbers and apply it to polynomial long division. So we have this divisor of x minus 3 this time. And as I write that, I'm making sure I'm not missing any terms in degree of x. So x minus 3, x is to the first degree, and the constant 3 is technically x to the 0 power. So I don't have any missing terms. So this divisor I will write exactly as I see it. Now you may have not understood what I meant there, but you'll see it when I start to write the dividend of 2x cubed minus x squared plus 3. Well, as I'm writing down this polynomial, I'm making sure that I don't have any missing terms of degrees of x. So as I'm about to write plus 3, I notice, well, I don't have an x to the first degree. So I'm going to put a placeholder of plus 0x. Just like in the number 902 on the left, that 0 is holding the tens place. This 0x is holding the x to the first degree place. And then I have the constant, which is really x to the 0 power, because remember, anything to the 0 power is 1. So now my dividend looks a little bit different than what was printed above, but I am not going to make any mistakes now when I start to do this long division, because I've represented every degree in x in descending order. Now, the approach here is a little bit different than what we did before. Now, I think this is somewhat easier than long division because we don't have to guess and check. We know exactly what we want to do. And what we want to do is eliminate the leading term each time we go through an iteration of the subtraction and then multiplying and subtracting of the long division method. So my goal is to eliminate 2x cubed. I need to figure out what do I multiply x by to get 2x cubed. Well, I'm missing a factor of 2, and I'm missing 2 factors of x. So notice I wrote 2x squared above the x squared term in the dividend. Now I'm going to go back to the process. 2x squared times x gives me 2x cubed. And I still have to distribute this to the minus 3. So I have 2x squared minus 3, and that gives me minus 6x squared. So notice I have vertically aligned all like terms throughout this process. Now here's the most trickiest part. I have to subtract both terms from the like terms above them. So by design, 2x cubed minus 2x cubed is nothing. I really only have to settle up this negative x squared minus a 6x squared. So that gives me negative x squared plus 6x squared, which settles to 5x squared. So now, just like what we did on the left with numbers, I have 2 terms in the divisor. So I need 2 terms in the dividend process. So I bring down my 0x here. Now my goal once again is to eliminate 5x squared. So I have an x. I need another 5 as a factor, a 5 as a factor and another x as a factor to get 5x squared. I'll take 5x times x to get 5x squared. Then 5x times negative 3 is minus 15x. Now again, the trickiest part is you're subtracting both terms from those above. So 5x squared minus 5x squared is 0 by design. Then I have 0x minus a negative 15x. So that gives me a positive 15x. Now I go back and look at the divisor. It is 2 terms. So I need 2 terms before I go on. So I bring down the constant of plus 3. Now I look at 15x and I want to eliminate that. and I have a leading term in the divisor of just x, so I need a factor of 15 up in the quotient. And then I'm going to distribute 15 times x and 15 times negative 3. So I get 15x and then minus 45. Now remember to subtract both of those terms from the terms above them. And by design, 15x minus 15x is nothing. I've eliminated the leading term. 3 minus a negative 45 is a positive 48. Now I'm out of terms to bring down, so I know I'm finished. So this is my remainder. And now that I'm finished, 2x squared plus 5x plus 15 is my quotient. And we would do the check the same way that we did it with the numbers on the left. We would say that 2x cubed minus x squared plus 3 equals x minus 3, the divisor, times the quotient, which is 2x squared plus 5x plus 15 plus the remainder. And if we did all of that multiplying out, that means we have to distribute x times each term, and then negative 3 times each term, and then add 48. We will get 2x cubed plus 5x squared plus 15x minus 6x squared minus 15x minus 45 plus that 48. Now we just have to gather all like terms, so we get 2x cubed. We have an x squared here, an x squared here, so that's minus x squared. We have a positive 15x here, a negative 15x here, so they cancel each other. And then I have negative 45 plus positive 48, so that gives me my plus 3, which is our original dividend. So let's summarize the division algorithm now. So the dividend equals the divisor times the quotient plus the remainder.